everyone. Welcome to a snow day edition of Geekonomics, the podcast. Marc and Bryon here. Talk to you about all things going on in the world of the nerd. It was quite the crazy weekend with the superb owl happening. So we had a lot of trailers dropped, which we'll be talking about those and so much more. But first, as always, we check in with Bryon. Bryon, what's going on in your neck of the woods?
I'm standing here. I'm sitting here in my chair in a snowstorm. No. Um, yeah. Well, um, I'm cozy at home because we got the snow.
We do.
Yeah, I got my commercials ready for today. We got the trailers. Um, and the only show that I watched that I highly recommend, it was awesome, is Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Amazon, produced
Well,
by
right.
Donald Glover and his
Yeah.
brother and written by him. And he directed a few episodes. I'm hoping we get a season two, but as is, the show was excellent. Uh, Both my wife and me got really invested in it, and at the end, we haven't stopped talking about it. Great show. I know it actually did very well premiere wise on Amazon because I was looking up to see if there were going to be season two.
Mm.
But it was one of their top shows of the year so far. There's been no word about a season two, but the show works as if season two never happens, it works. If a season
Mm.
two happens, I'm all on board. Um, so yeah, Donald Glover, another home run, in my opinion, coming out of Atlanta. Yeah, fantastic. And I've never seen the Brad Pitt Angela Jolie movie,
You don't
uh,
have to.
but from what I'm told, it's it's the same premise, but this is
Yeah.
very it's got, I don't know. There's a lot of great twists and turns, and it's really it's more about a relationship um being thrust into this world. There's
Yeah.
other Smiths in the world of spies, and yeah,
Mm.
great show. 8 episodes, they fly by.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
Put it on the list.
a lot of fun. Um, Other than that, uh, Super Bowl, obviously.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Superb
What
owl. You don't want to get sued. Superb owl.
you
You
can
can't
say,
say the actual words.
you can say, but we can use the lexicon from What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes.
Um, but anyway, oh man, yeah. So you watch anything over the
I
week?
did.
Yeah.
Upon multiple suggestions from the fellas in our group chat and yourself, I decided to break down and try Gen V.
You broke. I mean, you like the boys. I mean,
I do, but I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to like it's like I vaguely remember like out of the comic book, like the little snippet portion, which I think this is based off of.
this is brand new. This is, I mean, the only
Well, I
thing
know, but the story part of it was like kind of loosely out of a part of the comic book.
there was no college kids in the comic.
No, no, no.
The
But
only
like
thing
the hard, like Grove or whatever.
the only thing I can think of is if because there's other bodies and stuff. But I
Yeah,
mean, I thought it was a great show. I
yeah,
had a lot of fun with it.
yeah. It was all right. It was all right. It was not really in the need for college stage superhero drama BS. But besides that, it was great.
I mean, it was more than that though, because it's like th- they're they're coming to terms about what their parents did to them, um, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
they're
It's
kind of
like
taking social commentary that's going on now into that.
yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
like that. Well, it's
Yeah,
not
it
for
was all right.
everyone.
It's like it was just a means to an end kind of thing. Like you get the Homelander and Butcher at the end. And
There was no butcher. Well, the butcher
yes,
was
there
at the
is.
very end, but
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, I didn't watch it to see the cameos. I mean,
No, I
they're
neither.
part
But
of
it's
that
just like you
world.
get that at the end to kind of like rope it into the bigger story. But
But yeah, yeah. But I mean,
yeah,
throughout you had there's talks. You had the assistant. There's talks of one of them joining the
Yeah.
seven. Um,
Yeah.
so it's in the world, so it makes
Yeah.
sense. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I like all the characters.
Yeah.
Oh, my cat. She's got to get.
No, just gotta get it. But yeah,
Uh,
it was all right. It wasn't like the greatest. It was all right.
wow, it was just all right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If I was
Um,
gonna put a scale on it, I'd like would agree with what the ratings were on the IMDb. I'd say like about like a 7.
oh, for me, I don't know what I would say. I think an 8.
Yeah.
Overall, I really enjoyed it. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I
It
like
was
the
still fun.
ending.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, it was better than any MCU spin-off shows. So, like, I like that more, but everyone's different. Like, if
Yeah.
you seem to tend to like majority of the spin-off shows of the MCU. So, where I kind of lukewarm on those.
Hmm.
So, there's something for everyone. Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad you watched it nonetheless.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, just that, and then just we were getting ready for the Superb Owl event.
Per
So
ballot.
we had Sarah and her family over. Claire made some yummy treats. Jonas made pulled pork, so we were good to go.
Pulled some
Sit down.
pork.
I was excited to see the trailers that we were about to talk about. I was excited for all of them.
See, for me, totally opposite. I'm only excited for Deadpool and Wolverine. I could care
Well, I
less
was
about
trying to be
the other
nice and say
movie.
that we're going to talk about all of them. I wasn't like I was trying to be magnanimous about it, not like
I mean, I have a
I
little
definitely didn't
list
get up
here.
out of my chair and go in the other room when the like 2 minutes into the game they dropped the Deadpool teaser.
That I mean, that was smart. That was the first one out of the gate,
Yeah,
um, and you had to go online to watch it, which was
yeah.
fantastic.
You do that with most of them actually.
Well,
They all were like that. Like the
no,
Wicked one was
no.
that way. Wicked, you had to go online to see the full one.
Deadpool was only because it was Red Band. It was a R-rated trailer. Um, so A Quiet Place, day one. I'll see
Yeah,
it. I like the Quiet Place movies. I'll check it out. It does look good, honestly.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Claire's excited about that one.
Despicably Me, don't care. I'm not a
Yeah,
kid, so I don't
yeah,
really care.
it's
Uh,
it's for kids.
Nipple Twisters, I don't know why we have this, but it's here.
Nipple
Nipple
twisters.
Twisters. It's Twisters.
Oh,
Nipple
oh,
Twisters.
twisters.
Yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
it's basically
It's like
Twist
just a redo of the movie. It looked like
with an
just
S
with
at the end.
younger people, and
Nipple
now there's
Twist.
two twisters instead of just one.
Two Twisters.
Two twisters
Two Twisters.
and twins.
And so yeah, like a sequel that nobody asked for,
I don't know if
2024.
it's a sequel. I think it's a full-on remake.
From what I've
Because like
heard, it's not a remake. It's a
the
brand
spinny
new.
things that they were sending out were like the exact same ones they had in the first movie, which they put into the tornado at the end of the first movie. So I don't
Well,
know why
what
they would
else
have to
can you
try
do
to
with
redo that
this
again.
sort of movie? I mean, what else
Well,
are you
what
gonna
would
put
I
in it?
don't know. I don't understand. I have to see more of the story to understand what the deal is and why they're making this.
Twisters is right up there with Roadhouse. I
Oh my
could
God.
care
What do
less.
you mean? That's painful though. That trailer.
Yeah. Um, a show that does look interesting on FX Network. If it's on Hulu, I will probably check it out. Is Shogun.
Oh
Does look
yeah, it's gonna be on Hulu. It's already
that
been promoted.
looks interesting to me. I like that
Yes.
setting. Um, Now we're gonna move on to a set of movies. We've already had a trilogy of them, which were never seen one, but I've heard all good things. But now we're getting Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And I will
They were
say
good, the first three. They weren't
this
terrible.
this trailer looked bad, in my opinion. The CG was bad. And I was just like, is this what happened here? Because I remember the CG being really good in those. And I'm watching this is like, well, is the CG not finished?
I
It
think
just
it's not, yeah.
it didn't look good. I don't think it's gonna do well. I don't think anybody really cares. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll be wrong. Wicked. That was a big one near the end of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's for the ladies. That's like, yeah.
Well, a lot of men like
Well, I know, but
musicals. It's
it's a
very
huge
sexist thing
Broadway
to
show.
very sexist thing.
What?
A lot of men like musicals. Um,
I'm not saying they
if I
don't,
like
but
music, ask me if
that's
I
a
like
very
music.
popular women empowerment story. That's what I'm
Ask
saying.
me if I like musicals.
Do you like musicals?
Nope. Moving on. Then
What was the point of that? I
uh,
don't dislike musicals.
if was um what is if? If is that big blue, the purple monster to kids.
Imaginary Friend. It's the
Measure.
John Krasinski movie
Yes,
that he wrote and directed. Ryan
and
Reynolds is in it.
well, the best part it is Asian Jim and
Yes.
talking about it as he wrote it and directed it, and
Yeah.
then Ryan Reynolds goes, "You're not John," and then just cuts.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. That was so
Yeah.
good. Um. So yeah, the big one, which was Deadpool, and we got an official name,
Mm.
Deadpool in Wolverine. And Hugh
Yes.
Jackman later on reposted it and said Wolverine and asshole.
Yes.
I think this trailer was fantastic, and I think Ryan Reynolds, I think, has been really good at promoting all his movies, not just
Mm.
the Deadpool movies. He's very clever, um, and I think we're in for the next couple months and for a lot of nice little treats. And I think this was a perfect first trailer because I feel like the second trailer we're going to get more of Wolverine. Um, this is obviously we're just seeing footage from the setup of the movie. We're not getting much because they literally just finished filming this thing a month ago. Um, but that reveal at the end with the shadow is fantastic. People have dug deep into this trailer. Um, when Deadpool is laying there at the very end, there's actually a Secret Wars comic that like ripped to
Yes.
shreds. Um, there's a lot of blink and you'll miss it. Little Easter eggs throughout. I have not watched any of the breakdowns, but I'm gonna this week.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to.
I am so pumped for this movie. I love the fact that the TVA grabs him. I love the fact that they show him the MCU, and we don't know what will be playing on those monitors, but he's seeing the MCU play, and he
Yes.
salutes
It's like
Captain
the Avengers
America.
trailer, basically, is what's playing.
He salutes Captain America.
Yeah.
So like, and then they show some areas that he's in that look very familiar. One of them could have been during Age of Ultron in the beginning. We see parts of the 20th Century Fox logo. Um,
Which I
so
think the 20th Century Fox logo part is when he gets sent to the void, a
yes,
la Loki season one. And I think that's where he encounters Wolverine. Because I don't think it's our, like, the Wolverine we've seen, Logan, like that Wolverine,
yeah,
the Sony Wolverine. I think it's like a variant version of Wolverine.
the
And
Fox
that's like
20th
the
Century
MCU.
Fox Wolverine.
Yes, but this isn't that Wolverine. This is like the X-Men 97 Wolverine kind of feel.
Well,
That's why he's got the old
yes,
costume on and that whole thing.
right, totally. I mean, they we don't know, but I think you're right. I think my just based off this trailer, this is what I think is going to happen. TVA takes him in.
Yeah.
They basically say, "We need you to help us get rid of all these other variants," and
Yes.
so he probably ends up teaming up with Wolverine along the way. Um, and I
And I
love
wouldn't
how
be surprised, and I'm just throwing this out there too. I wouldn't be surprised just because I know how these movies have been going, the Deadpool movies, that guy from Succession might not even be in the actual movie. That
no,
might just be Owen Wilson.
he's in IMDb.
Okay.
That's him. He's playing.
Because I kind of thought about that. I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if they would throw just stuff together in the trailer that has nothing to do with the movie
Um,
itself.
I mean, he's on the list of people. Patrick Stewart is listed, so we're gonna see
Yeah,
Xavier. Nobody else has been announced, so they're keeping it secret, which if I see one more trailer, I'll be happy, but I don't want to know anything else.
yeah. I think they're going to do very well. They do always do very well of hiding like all the
Yes.
randomness, and I think they're gonna. That's what's gonna. You're gonna get like very vague. Like you might see Hugh Jackman because it's very well known that he's in it.
Yes,
Since
it's
the name of the
what's
movie
called
is Deadpool Wolverine.
Deadpool
Yeah,
Wolverine.
so I'm pretty sure you'll get him in it, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to get a lot of the other stuff that's going to pop up in it.
Right. And also, I want a I think this is a great reset for Marvel for the MCU. Having
Yeah,
Deadpool come in, things can happen. We don't know the fourth wall is going to be broken. Things could be changed. And I like obviously I love the MCU and I want a good story and I want something. These are the characters I love. So
yeah,
I think they're gonna pull it off. Ryan Reynolds I hasn't done anything. The last two movies have been fantastic. So
yeah.
I I give the benefit of the doubt that
It's
this
gonna, it's gonna,
movie.
it's gonna get all the money. It's just gonna rank in
Oh,
all. It's gonna be the
they
biggest thing.
this definitely is going to do very well, and I think it's very smart that they're putting out one MCU movie this year. Honestly, because
Yeah,
it needs the it's got to come back to an event. It's got to feel like this feels like an event to me.
well,
So
yeah. I mean, there's
I
also the extenuating circumstances around it. It's not just they just decided to just put out one movie this year. There was like the strikes and all that stuff helped this
well,
happen.
no, no, no,
Like
no.
they just decided, you know what we're gonna do? That Brian guy in Enfield, Connecticut's been talking a lot about how we should really streamline our movies.
I
It'll
hate
only
to
come out
break
in a
it to
couple of
you.
years.
Bob Iger was a lot of stuff just came out during the
Oh, I know, but I'm
Disney
just saying, I
talk.
don't think that's like the only reason. That's all I'm saying.
No, well, hold on. There's a lot of reasons, but Bob Iger did say they are not. They're gonna bring it back, and they're gonna rely on what's working.
Yeah,
So we're going to see less of these one shots that just are farting wins. Um, Also, the strike was a very good thing
yeah.
because they
Well,
they're
yeah,
they scrapped all of Daredevil and they're going back to the drawing board.
yeah.
Then they're redoing all of the Captain America movie. So yes, the
Not
strikes.
all of it, but most of it.
Yeah, a lot, majority of it. This
Yeah,
That's good. I I think that's great. They can look at that footage and say, "Listen, we got to do better," and
yeah,
that's what they need to do. They need to go back and if you're gonna do it good. And I think
mm,
Daredevil's got to be great. And I think it's great that we're only getting one movie. I'm just saying in general, there's a fatigue out there of superhero.
mm.
The superhero movies are not bringing in the money, and
They have
they
been
got to
good
be
lately.
good. They got
Yeah,
to be good. People
I
aren't
mean,
going to go out and
DCU movies haven't been great. The recent Marvel movies haven't been
haven't been
fantastic.
great. They haven't been great.
So it's
Both
not
of
really a
them.
fatigue. It's more of just like this stuff needs to be good to make people excited to see it again. It's like
Well,
if you put
yes,
out, you
it,
just put out movies just to put out movies.
you get tired of mediocrity.
Yeah,
If I go to every majority of the time we go to a lot of the big superhero movies, right? If if it's just hit, I mean, if it's just like, oh, that one's not good. That was After a while, I'm like, why am I even going? That's a fatigue of bad movies. But
yeah.
if it's a
I
hit
mean,
after hit, that's great. I'll keep going.
all that said, there's only one actual Marvel movie production coming out this year. There is a Marvel movie coming out tomorrow,
Yeah, the reviews are not good,
and that's surprising.
but I don't think Madam Web is not gonna it's gonna be another fart in the wind. It's gonna come out. A lot of people are gonna
I
shit
don't.
on it. It's gonna
It's
We'll move on.
this is the thing, like you were just talking about. But it's like, how long does Marvel keep letting Sony do this?
Well, those are Sony properties. They have no say over it.
Yeah, but they have some say because they have their name on them. But I mean, sooner or later they got to be like, "Hey guys, we got to like jump in here and help you out or something because this is getting bad."
I mean,
Because like if this comes out tomorrow and is terrible and flops,
that's gonna flop.
I know. I'm just saying. If I'm not gonna like just I'll give it its, and then Craven comes out, doesn't look that great either, and that flops. Even if Deadpool comes out, which we assume is gonna come out and be amazing and fantastic,
Yeah,
these other movies still have the Marvel name on them. Even though they're only associated with Marvel, it's still a Marvel property that is being made. That you think that someone in the Disney side of things has got to be like, hey, we got to like rein this universe, this Spider-Man stuff in and get them like in line with us because this is ridiculous that we're
so listen,
people are gonna just people the layman doesn't understand the fact that oh these are just Sony movies so it doesn't mean that the Marvel
I think that
movies
people
are
who go
just
to
as
these
bad.
movies know. I mean, I think a lot of people who go to these movies know this is not an MCU project. They know that. I think any people like someone who's into Spider-Man knows. I mean, I don't think. Yeah, I agree. These movies need to be better
Yeah,
because
that's
they're
all I mean. It's like
not
I
going to
feel
do
like
well.
this sooner or later it's got to be like you guys we got to like you can't just be putting these movies out just to put these movies out. It's
And
like
I kind of feel like when it comes to this, so the Spider Verse stuff or whatever they're trying to do. I mean, Venom was enjoyable. I've never seen Venom 2. I don't
wasn't
really
great.
I don't really care much about these like other than Spider-Man. I mean, Sony has a good track record when it comes to the Spider-Man movies and the animated stuff is fantastic. So I just don't know why they can't do a great live action side character. But I don't
It's
know.
because they're trying to make these characters who are villains in the comic books into like a hero-y kind of thing, like Mobius or whatever his name is.
Morbius.
Morbius
It's
is
Mobian time.
not a hero. He's an anti-hero kind of character, and they try to like I don't know. It was very strange. Same thing with Craven. It's like Craven's the villain, and you're trying to like make you feel bad for the villain.
I don't know. I don't know what they're
It
doing.
makes no sense.
I
Yeah,
agree. I agree. Um
yeah. I mean, it's
anyway,
different. Like with the Joker movie, it's like it makes sense that he's a terrible person and he's bad and he does bad things.
yeah,
He's the Joker. That makes sense. It's like
you're
I don't
right.
understand.
I don't know. I don't know. I think
But speaking of DC too, I've heard that that new Suicide Squad game is terrible.
yeah, I'm not gonna play it. It's a looter shooter, not my thing.
Yeah,
Um people have it kind of it's subjective. If you like looter shooters, it's fantastic. If you don't, then it's not really akin to the old Arkham games,
yeah.
which is sad. The Arkham games are by far some of the best Batman video games in history. I don't know why Rocksteady has gone this direction. It's probably higher ups wanting money,
Want the money. Want the money.
um, microtransactions, looter
Yeah,
shooters. Unfortunately, I don't know. Rocksteady's lost its way along the way. So
yeah.
I've just been playing Cyberpunk still. I've been playing it for 3 months now. That's my video game obsession is Cyberpunk.
Which is crazy. That's like a is that like a because you're the video game guy of the two of us. You know this more than I would. Is this like an unprecedented thing that a game that was so wide widely maligned when it first came out for all the glitches and issues it had to then like reinvent itself basically to like have like a second coming where
Two
it's like
games.
actually a great game?
Two games have done this. Cyberpunk had a renaissance.
Yeah.
Then there was a little indie game that came out years like PS4, Xbox One days. Um, oh, I can't think of the name. The spaceship one. Um, um, oh God, I can't think of the name of it. My brain. Um, I'm gonna look up the name right now. Anyway, this game came out. It
But it's like a wide release game. This is like the
This
big
was a
like a
wide.
big
This was
market
a
game.
big
Yeah.
PS4 exclusive at the time. It came to Xbox later on, and was just, it was supposed to be like you're in outer space, you can go to any planet. It was visually stunning, but it was very empty. And what happened was it got shit on because what they showed in trailers and what people got are two different things.
Yeah.
But they somehow they stuck by it, and they literally made it a success story, just like Cyberpunk, where they updated it constantly. They give people free content, and it became, if you buy the game now, it's a totally different game. Um, so that and Cyberpunk were the two games that really, years later, became the game they promised.
Mm.
And Cyberpunk, unfortunately, it came out right when the new systems were coming out. And in my opinion, they should have just waited a year, let it cook, and had it come out for the PS5 and the Xbox Series. Because when it came out for PS4 and the Xbox One, it was horrible. So over
Now,
the
was it
last,
bad because the way they designed it was for a better system and it
right,
didn't like
yes,
wasn't down converted, didn't down convert correctly?
the game is too complex,
Robust.
and it had so much going on that when you played it on those systems, you had texture pop-ins, the frame rate would drop, you had glitches galore. It just, those systems were not powerful enough to handle it.
Mm.
So I really, they shot themselves in the foot. But it came down to their publisher wanting to make the deadline, and they
Yeah.
forced it out. They're like, this game needs to come out, so we can make our money. And it
Mm.
was corporate greed. And now they gave everybody a free patch for the new systems, which is like fantastic. All
Mm.
the updates have been free, which they should be. They just put out DLC this year, Liberty Phantom Liberty, with Elbrus Idris Elba. What am I saying his name right?
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba.
Elba.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, and it's fantastic. The game
Or
is like,
Knuckles for those in the know.
yeah, Knuckles. Um, but yeah, I mean, I love it. I know Rocky, our friend Rocky, we are both. He's obsessed with it as just as I am. It's just a lot of fun.
Mm.
Great game. The storytelling's great. Keanu Reeves is amazing. Like it's just, I don't know, good storytelling in a video game.
Mm.
I don't know. I like this. I like the setting. It's fun. Um, but yeah, that's the only game I've been playing.
Mm.
I gotta finish it eventually because I have other games I want to play.
But then the other trailers that did come out, like we were saying, like
Yeah.
there was the Wicked trailer that came out.
Yeah.
It did look really good. Interested to see like the Ariana Grande acting has never been fantastic.
She's an actress.
Yeah, she's
She's in
plays
Wicked.
Linda the Good Witch. Yes. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Jeff
well,
Goldblum plays the wizard.
wow. See, I missed this trailer.
Yeah.
I might see it just for Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. Yeah. He plays the wizard. I don't know the name of the woman who's playing the Wicked Witch of the West character, the Zena Menzel character.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that looks good. It looks visually amazing. It's two parts. They're doing it the very smart way because it's from the Broadway musical version. So they're like basically doing the before intermission as part one and the after intermission as part two. I'm thinking
Oh,
that's what they're doing.
so it's not going to be one movie.
No, no, they're doing it in two parts.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm assuming the first movie would end with Defying Gravity. I'm thinking. I don't know. I never saw the play. My sisters are very much into it.
you seem to know a
My
lot.
mom was a very big fan. Well, because that's why my mom and sisters were very huge fans of the Broadway
Yeah.
show. So
Yeah.
I heard it often in our house. The cast album was played very often.
I heard some tracks when they would, on the Today Show, they would like
Yeah,
perform and
yeah,
stuff. They were good. It was good.
yeah, yeah. It's good stuff. Yeah. So that was one of the ones that's happening. That's really people are excited for that. It's like a Thanksgiving time frame for that one. this got it didn't come out during a superb owl, but I did mention just you mentioned Idris Elba. They're doing a Knuckles show on Paramount Plus, and that trailer dropped,
Oh
and it
boy,
looks amazing.
I won't be watching.
The 6-part event on Paramount Plus.
Event. They call it
Yes,
an event.
and they're having all the people that were in all the people from the movies are in this show. I'm assuming not all the whole show, but they'll be in like the beginning parts because it's like Sonic and Tails are all in like in the trailer from the beginning of the. I'm
Yeah,
assuming it's all like
yeah.
the first episode or something like that. I believe the thing like the big actors will show up in the first and last episode, then they'll have like the middle story where Knuckles goes out on his own adventure kind of thing.
Well, Jim Carrey supposedly is coming back for Sonic 3.
He is. He's coming back as Sonic 3, and they're gonna have Shadow as the villain.
Well, Shadow was in Sonic 2, wasn't he?
I guess at the end, I didn't see Sonic 2
Oh,
yet.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never
as a
seen
kid,
any of them.
but
So
the first one wasn't bad.
I remember when it came out. Yeah,
Yeah, James Marsden did a good job.
yeah. I like the James Marsden.
Yeah. Uh, I can't remember the other ones now. I'm trying to think. What other ones came out? You have the list.
For TV shows?
No, for trailers that dropped during
Well, I went
the
through them.
Super
A
Bowl.
Quiet Place, Day
Quiet
One.
Place. Yeah, yeah. That looks good. That look
It's a,
good. I'm not a movie I would watch, but
it's a prequel. This is the Day
yeah.
One. I mean, I was kind of let down by Quiet Place 2 because they ended it at a moment that was just like, oh, are you make or why'd you end it there? Like it was kind of like,
Like setting up a third one.
yeah, and now we're not getting a third one anytime soon. So I don't know. I will see a Quiet
Hmm.
Place Day One. Because I do like that stuff. So anyway, Despicable Me 4, uh
Yeah.
Titty Twisters, um
He's,
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
yeah. I know you weren't you mentioned that you weren't huge on that, but I don't know.
Never seen the first
I'll see
three.
it on the Max or whatever. I'll watch it on that. I'm not gonna go to the theater to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it is a trilogy that I've heard good things, and I've had been intrigued to watch it. But
Woody Harrelson one was really good.
that was the third one, I believe.
Yeah.
But I also heard that it
Very
tied
much
into
reminds me
the
of the bad
original.
guy. He very much reminded me of the bad guy from Sweet Tooth. They have the same kind of visual look to them.
Wait, Sweet Tooth with
Military
Woody
guy from
Harrelson?
Sweet Tooth
Yeah,
looks like this. They had the same kind of look.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Mark, let's talk about the commercials now. I mean,
Yes.
I have a list of my favorites. I have a list of my top three, and then I have my cringiest one. I really thought was horrible.
Okay. Let's start with the cringiest one and work our way up.
Okay, I know this is going to be, and I also have the web page up that has the top. I guess there was 58 new commercials,
There
but
were,
the cringiest one that
and only 6 of them were Jesus.
right, and only six of them was a were Temu because the
Yeah,
Temu commercial was constant. Oh my god!
and only like 20 of them had Tom Brady in them.
Right, the cringiest.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like Matt Damon in this every time I see it now. Is the Ben Affleck Duncan
On
Kings?
Kings,
I did not like. I just thought it was horrible, and the best part was the Matt Damon going, "I can't believe I'm doing this."
that's
Um,
what made it. That's what it made it for me. That's why I loved it so much.
yeah. I go to Dunkin' yesterday. They have it on a loop on one of
Yeah,
the menu screens on a loop.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, dude.
They're
So
launching a new drink, the Dunk King.
like I said, I think this was one of the worst. This commercial to me was like a real life version of the Al Duncancino commercial in the Jack and Jill movie with Al Pacino. doing a Dunkin' Donuts commercial called the Al Cappuccino.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's all I
yeah,
could think of. That's like
yeah,
I'm thinking of Al Pacino doing the Dunkin' Donuts commercial in that movie, and now we have Ben Affleck doing it in real life, and like
yeah.
so bad, it's just cringe.
The funniest part of the whole thing
Oh,
is
didn't
nobody even
like it.
understands what the point of it was, like what the thing they were promoting is. And the thing they're promoting is the drink that Ben Affleck was drinking, or Matt Damon was drinking.
No, it's
That's
an
the drink
iced
that they're
coffee.
promoting. That's what's
Yeah,
going to
it's
be
an iced
launched is the
coffee,
King
and then there's
with three
three
munchkins on the
munchkins
straw.
on like a skewer. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So that's what they're launching.
in the middle of winter, an iced coffee
I it,
makes
I
no
don't think
sense.
people who are going to Dunkin' care, Brian.
You're right. A lot of people drink iced coffee in the winter.
A lot
I
of
don't know.
people do. Claire drinks iced coffee all year round.
You're right. Allison does too.
Yeah.
Um,
So we're
I,
it's not for us, Brian.
I, but my
It's not
personal
for me,
opinion,
especially because I don't drink coffee at all. I think it's all
it
gross.
it
So
was the cringiest commercial for me.
I think it was
Well,
supposed to be cringy. I think that was
it
the whole point of it.
I agree, but I think the Al Pacino did it better.
He's not as popular nowadays as
Uh,
Affleck, and
they should have leaned into it, and Al Pacino should have made a guest appearance because I think that would have made the commercial better.
the even better parts of it are the other versions that they've have where it's them just hanging out in between shots,
Yeah,
where it's just Affleck, Matt Damon, and Brady just like hanging out. And for some reason, Affleck still uses the same accent, even when they're not technically filming.
and
And
he
it's
doesn't
like
talk like that.
you don't sound like that. So you don't have to do that all the time.
No, I do like the Ben Affleck ones when he was working the drive-through. I thought those were
Yeah,
clever and
those
fun.
are perfect. Yeah.
Um,
It's gradually getting crazier and crazier. I think
yeah.
it's what
Next
it is.
year, I think Ben Affleck is just gonna like walk in naked with like donuts on his dick or something. I don't know.
I mean, that might sell some donuts to somebody.
Um, so
I mean, he was Daredevil at one point, so
he was. I have my top three absolute favorites, and then I have two that are just my favorite.
all right,
Um,
we'll do then just we'll gradually go up from cringy
okay.
to you're just okays.
My favorite, my I was like, oh, those are really clever. Was the Christopher Walken. Everybody doing the Christopher Walken to
Yeah,
Christopher Walken.
yeah,
That
yeah,
was fun. I like how everybody was doing it. He's just kind of like, what's going on? Like,
yeah,
here's your car, Mr. Walken.
yeah. I mean, the only thing that I disliked about that commercial was at the end where he looks over and he's like, "Don't you have somewhere to be?" And Usher gets up, he's like, "Oh yeah," and he gets up and like does this dancey thing up the stairs. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's, I mean, come on, it's
that
why
was. Oh, I'm gonna put on my nerd music.
he was his, Fat Boy Slim thing. I
Yes,
understand.
that was the reference to Fat Boy.
Yeah,
You got it, Mark. I'm so proud of
yeah.
you.
I was like, I don't. That's whatever.
Yeah, I know. I know. And then another one that was really enjoyable is the Arnold Schwarzenegger
Oh yeah,
Neighbor
that was the best. That was my favorite one.
with State Farm.
Get me
Um,
out of this chopper.
yeah, and then they had the twins reunion at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
That was great. I loved it.
Why do you have to stop me all the time?
No, all morning I just kept going. You're my neighbor. Get to the
Hello,
chopper,
neighbor.
neighbor.
Good morning, neighbor. How are
Good
you?
morning, neighbor.
How are
It's
you, neighbor?
neighbor. It's neighbor. I have an idea.
I'm saying it the same way. I don't understand what you're talking about.
Oh, so good. I love it. I love the fact that Arnold, at this day and age, he can make fun of himself.
Yeah.
Um, and it makes me this commercial. This is gonna be weird. You're you're in for a ride with this, Mark. Hold on to your seats. There
Strap
was
in.
supposed to be a Hans and Franz movie that came out in the 80s that
Yes.
would have Arnold Schwarzenegger in it.
Uh-huh.
Now, on the Conan O'Brien podcast, he
Yes.
had Kevin Nealon and Dana Carvey.
Yes.
and Robert Schmeigel come on and they read the entire script they wrote in the 80s and it's completely bonkers.
Hmm.
Now, Arnold Schwarzenegger at the time was a huge movie star,
Yes.
and Last Action Hero had just come out, but it also bombed.
Hmm.
Um, so they they felt that Arnold at that time wouldn't want to make fun
Make
of
fun of
himself.
himself. Yeah.
But seeing this trailer, I really, really hope they can rope him in and they can make this movie.
There's also a thing I've heard
So
interviews with Arnold that he is very much trying to get a twins sequel made.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you could do with that, but I guess so. You could do anything, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, then this goes in the category called bad company, but a good ad. I think Uber Eats is a um kind of a shitty company, but their commercial about forgetting things was actually kind of funny and clever.
Well, it's only because they had Aubrey Plaza and Offerman in it. Or that was Mountain Dew. That was a
No,
Mountain Dew.
that's on my
Yeah.
list, but no, this was they had Ross and Rachel, they had like different people
Oh
do
yeah, they had like
things.
the guys from Suits. Yeah.
Yeah, Ross forgot who Rachel was, and then
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
no, Rachel, Jennifer Aniston forgot who he was, David Schwimmer was. Then like the
Mm,
guy forgot to sit down. He's like, take a seat, and he's got the seat up his shirt, and
yeah.
it was clever. It was very clever.
I love how you said like that's a terrible company, but you don't mention how Timu is a terrible company.
Oh, yes, that's a terrible
Yeah,
company, but I didn't like the
yeah,
commercial. So
yeah. Well, it was
they
just
played it a
dumb.
lot though. They played it
Yeah.
6 times, I think I
Well,
saw
I
it.
mean, you got that Chinese money. You got plenty of
Got the Chinese
got that
money.
Chinese money to spend.
Um,
They can
my
spread it
favorite,
around if you know what I mean,
yeah,
because it's a Chinese company. They spread things around evenly.
yes. Okay, let's move on. My favorite commercials, my favorite
Because they're
because
communist, Brian. I don't know if you
yes,
understood what I was trying to say there.
I
Oh,
got
okay,
it.
okay.
We're moving on.
Just want to make sure.
My favorite commercial of the whole Super Bowl is one of my favorite SNL cast members, Kate McKinnon, with her cat, with the Mayo cat ad. The cat becomes so popular because it could say Mayo, and then ends up dating Pete Davidson, and they break up.
As it would.
Yes,
Yes,
fantastic. I
yes,
love that Pete Davidson can make fun of himself. Kate McKinnon is amazing. I
yeah.
favorite. And there's a cat that can say Mayo.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. I mean, you can pretty much put a cat doing anything, and Brian's gonna buy it. So
yeah, Mountain Dew having a blast with Aubrey Plaza and Nick Offerman.
yes,
Favorite. That was really
yes.
good. And then I kind of thought the Mr. P, the Pringles ad with Chris Chris from Park and Rec. I can't think of his
Chris
last
Pratt.
name. Chris Pratt. I was gonna call Chris Pine. I'm like, what am I turning into an 80-year-old man? Chris Pratt. Um, I
Hmm.
thought the Pringles ad was funny because it's a little bit meta. How people make fun of how he's constantly playing everybody, like he did the
Yeah,
Mario voice and all that.
yes. Or Mario Brothers.
Yeah, he's playing Mario. He plays Mario.
Mario Boys.
I didn't say Mario boys. Mario's voice. I said not the
You said
Mario
Mario
boy.
Boys.
No voice. I said voice.
All right. Sound like you said Mario Boys. I was
No,
like,
the
what is
Mario
wrong with
boys. I
you?
did not say that. I said voice.
Chris, what's his name from that movie Mario Boys? That
Mario
guy.
boys. God, I don't know what it is, man. My brain, like, I'm getting old. I can't
Uh,
remember actors anymore. Like, it's horrible. Anyway, I kind of like that.
this is what 45 is like. I'm getting scared.
Oh, geez, we're in for a ride. We're in for
Man, oh man.
bumpy road.
I'm
Um.
gonna be fixing a lot of things.
Anyway, what were your favorite? Those are my three favorite. But
I didn't know we were making a list, so I didn't really keep track. My one of
well,
my favorite ones, just because it was stupid, was get the T out, Mr. T. ad
Oh yes, that was
for
good.
Skechers. I thought that was funny. Uh, I, as we usually are, the opposite of you. I enjoyed the cringiness of the Dunk Kings ad.
Oh
Uh,
God.
because I enjoy the fact that Matt Damon's playing the straight man to Ben Affleck's stupidity.
Yeah, I mean Matt Damon is how I felt. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like that's like a makings of a good movie down the road. Not that, but like
yeah.
that dynamic of Matt Damon being the that guy and then Matt Damon being like the straight guy.
Do you know Tom Brady was in that ad?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They actually introduce him in the ad.
Yeah, because I think
So yes.
he's playing, he's dropping the beat.
He's the DJ. He's the
Yeah,
DJ.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Like I thought like it very much kind of harkened back to the very this is a weird reference. Probably not exact, but made me think a little bit about the old Dogma movie
mm,
with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, where Affleck's very much off the handle kind of at the beginning.
yeah,
And Matt Damon's like the what's going on, bud? Why are you so like that kind of thing?
yeah.
Which I think is a great dynamic that they could play off of into a movie, and I think it'd be a good movie. Uh that Aubrey Plaza Nick Offerman one was another one of my favorites, just because it's Aubrey Plaza. She's amazing.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
There was one that had the girl who plays Wednesday. That was kind of funny.
Jen
With
Ortega, that was the Doritos ad.
yeah, with the two old
Yeah.
ladies.
Yeah.
That was kind
I
of
was
fun.
kind of let down by the Budweiser ad this year.
Oh yeah, what was that?
That was kind of just it was just a snowstorm and they couldn't drive to deliver beer, so they decided to use the horses
Oh,
to take the beer and deliver it. I was like, okay.
you know what was a bad commercial that didn't get across what they were doing? And I got it, but I was just like,
Jesus.
no, it was the
Oh,
Beyonce one. She
Verizon.
released new music,
Yeah.
but like I think it was
Country
Verizon.
album.
I don't know what it was, but like she goes at the end, she goes, I guess they're ready for it. And I'm like, is she putting a new album out? Like they should have just said
Yes.
album out now, but
Well, because that's the whole shtick. Selling you Verizon and how it's so powerful that even it can handle new Beyonce. That's
yeah.
what they were trying to get across. That
I
their
think
certain
Tony Hale
there's
was in that. He was the
yeah,
manager.
it's like their service is so robust and so powerful that it can handle the crush of people that are
Right.
longing to hear new Beyonce music.
You know,
I
Mark,
wait in response for the excitement of people who are waiting for a Beyonce album.
I will say the cringiest was the T-Mobile internet feeling with Jason Momoa dancing. That was
I'm over those ads. I'm over I mean, I'm all
that was
for
pretty.
Jack Braff and Donald Faison.
How dare you?
Like it was cool the first couple times, but now it's like it's getting rough. It's like
Yeah,
that joke that like just keeps getting like they keep saying over and over again. It's like, yeah, it was funny the first 10 times I heard it, but now it's not as funny.
yeah, that one wasn't that great. The mullets, Karasaki, that was pretty good.
Kawasaki, yeah.
Kawasaki, yeah. Um, I'm just looking through the thing. Real
You know what made
quick.
it fun, the ads, was Sarah at her work. They made up bingo cards
Oh, nice.
for like the commercials. So, and they were available to print out and everything, but I suggested like, hey, bring them over. You know, maybe it'll spice up the game if the game's a dud, which ended up not being. It ended up going to overtime and being like a really
Yeah, it
good
was a
game and all.
good one.
But it really like made the ads more fun. Claire ended up winning and getting bingo, but they made it more fun because they were like all the same ads on one sheet but in different places. So it's like you had the whoever got the first bingo won. We
That's
didn't
cool.
give out a prize or anything, but
Um, one of the worst and awkward one was the Gronk misses the FanDuel kick.
I mean that's like not even that. It's just watching a guy who doesn't kick footballs try to kick a football.
Yeah,
It's like
I
they don't want him to kick it because they don't want him to have to pay out all that money.
yeah, it just felt awkward. I'm like,
Like
is
it
this
makes
real?
it's like
Is this
why do you think?
filmed?
Yeah,
What
that's
is
the
going?
second year they've done it.
Yeah, not my
I mean, it
fan.
was the one thing that made that depressing even more was that in the original ads, Carl Weathers was like his hype man, and he was like playing off the Happy Gilmore ads
Yeah.
where he was like being his coach to help him prepare. And unfortunately, he passed away like right before the game and everything. So
Oh, and they did that little thing for him.
yeah, yeah. So that's why that was there. So it was kind of, and they actually had like a whole thing built up where John Cena was like the evil guy that was hoping he didn't make it, and there was like supposed to be a lot more to that, but they with his passing, they had to
Yeah.
scrap all the other stuff that they had planned.
Yeah, definitely. Carl Weathers, rest in peace.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Just to see how that affected the Mando
yeah, I
because he was a
mean,
big part of that.
they haven't even started filming, so yeah, what are they gonna do
Yeah,
with that?
do they just replace his character? It's gonna be although the Ray Stevenson situation with Ahsoka, like what do you do now? You have that character that's a very pivotal part of the story.
Wait, what are you talking about? The Ray Stevens? Oh, yeah.
The guy in Ahsoka who passed away.
Yeah.
But
I
same
don't
kind
know.
of thing with Carl Weathers. Like he was like a major component of the bigger story.
I mean, sort of his story arc ended. He had a happy place. He gave
Yeah,
Mando
they got a
plan.
nice way out of it. But I mean, if they ever
Yeah.
needed like if they had planned on revisiting that character, I'm saying it's like you have to
Yeah, I agree.
go
I agree.
around it.
Um,
I assumed he was planned to be in the movie at one point.
yes. Um, so that was the Super Bowl ads and trailers, Mark. It was a great game, honestly. You know, as someone who doesn't generally watch football, I was entertained by the game itself. I near the end, I was like, "Oh my god! Oh no!" I was really into it. Allison's like, "Are you gonna keep doing that? I want to go to bed." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll be quiet." But like,
Mm.
yeah, that was a great game. It was great to see going OT.
Yeah,
Overall, it was a fun time. And I
yeah.
ate a lot of chicken wings. I got some chicken wings. I love Super Bowl chicken wings. I'm all about it. Um,
So just a heads up, the first reviews are coming out about Mad Web, which we had just talked about earlier. Screen Rant has dropped their first review.
are you gonna
Uh,
be surprised that it's gonna be bad?
no, I just didn't know it was gonna be this bad. It has garnered 1.5 stars.
Well, on IGN, their review just came out and they gave it a 5. And the
Five.
red 5 out of 10.
Oh,
Um, the red flag for most movies, if the review embargo is the day before it comes out, is always a
yeah,
bad sign.
yeah.
There is a very few exceptions to that rule that they do that because they don't want something big to come out.
Like
But
spoilers and stuff.
but
Yeah,
honestly, last year we had the Marvels, same thing. Review
yeah,
embargo was the day before the movie came out. Now I enjoyed it, but it wasn't
yeah.
well received.
No,
Um, and
it is now on Disney Plus though. So.
I'm not comparing that movie to this, but I'm just saying when a movie company is like, yeah, we don't want the review embargo to come out until the day of or the day before, it's not a good sign.
Yeah. The
Um,
one line review for Madam Web on Screen Rant. An awful script and not a single ounce of charm.
hmm,
I could just tell from the trailer. I mentioned this in the trailer when we first like the trailers first came out. Dakota Johnson looked so on like emotional. Like did not show like 1 ounce of anything.
oh, emotionless.
Yeah.
You said emotional. I was
I
like,
meant yeah. Yeah. But, like without like lack of emotion, not even emotionalist. It's not even like she was just there.
yeah,
It looked like they were just reading the script. Like there was no acting involved whatsoever. It was very
unfortunately.
very like Teflon-esque. And like every like the things that were supposed to be like a little bit more of like intense, like the part where in the trailer where she's like, he's trying to kill you, instead of having an inflection, she was like, he's trying to kill you.
I know. It was very wooden. It was
It's like,
very,
oh boy.
yeah, not good. Um, you know what? You know what show that came out? Season 2 of a show that I didn't even know came out. Nobody seems to be talking about it. But at the end of the Super Bowl, Paramount Plus, all of a sudden, Super Bowl is wrapping up. It
Hmm.
goes to a small screen. Do you want to watch Halo season 2? And I'm like, no,
The
cancel,
first season,
cancel.
the first episode came out last week, the eighth.
First 2 episodes, I think.
Oh, it was the first 2 episodes?
Yeah, yeah. That's a show I'll never go back to.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I only have we have Paramount Plus slash Showtime until March 5th.
yeah.
So the 2 shows that I want to watch is The Curse
Hmm.
and Yellow Jackets. So we're
Yeah,
gonna try to watch those two before my subscription runs out.
yeah,
Other than that, I will give the benefit of the doubt. Paramount Plus isn't that bad. I got to watch the 2 new South Park specials, which were hilarious, by the
yeah.
way. Um, and I will probably catch the Beavis and Butthead movie. Um, but honestly, I think every year I'll just get Paramount Plus around this time, watch Super Bowl if it's on CBS,
It's
watch
not next year, it's on Fox.
I watch
It rotates.
the Grammys. The
Yeah,
Grammys are always on CBS, and
yes.
I really regret not watching it. So getting Paramount Plus once a year, catching up on everything, watching the
Yeah.
Grammys, I think is a win. I think the app has gotten better. I think there's
It
more.
definitely has. It's definitely filled out a lot more than it was at the beginning.
Yeah, I don't mind getting once a year and catching up on it. It's not that bad. Um,
Yeah.
it's just not something I would go to every day.
Yeah. By the time like next year happens, they'll probably have that new sports streaming service out. So you'll just have to get that for a month.
Well, yeah, Disney.
ESPN,
Yeah,
Fox, and TNT Sports
yeah,
are
but the
going to
Super
combine.
Bowl is on network, so to whatever network, you
It's
know what
going
I'm
to be on
saying?
Fox next year.
Yeah.
It
So
rotates.
so if it's on Fox, I don't know if Hulu will have any. Will have it
No, it'll be on that
that
ESPN
app.
Plus thing that they're doing, I'm assuming.
Maybe interesting.
Yeah. It's be very because it was CBS this year, it'll be Fox next year. The following year, I think, is NBC. So that'll be Peacock, and then I think it's ABC. Or what it last year. But it's like that's how it rotates between the four of them. For now. Until the rights thing gets up again, and then it could be on Amazon. Who knows?
Yeah.
Won't that be an experience? Super
Yeah.
Bowl on Amazon.
Well, I mean, Super Bowl has always been it's on one of the broadcast networks. You know what
That
I'm
doesn't mean
saying?
anything.
Well, things are changing, so we don't know.
Once the their rights agreement comes up next, it could be up for grabs. It could be anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
WWE is going to Netflix.
yeah. Broadcast television is dying as we know it.
Yeah.
We're watching history in the making, Mark.
Yes.
History in the making.
The
Um,
the boat has
and
already hit the iceberg. It's slowly taking on water.
yes, pretty much. Anyway, we should wrap it up. I think it's been a great show, Mark. Super Bowl was awesome. And
Yes. The Kansas City Swifties won. I know
I
you're
got to
excited about
see
that. You're
I
excited to
got to
see
see
Travis
Taylor
and
all
Taylor kiss
happy.
each other.
Yes, that was very sweet. I
I
thought they were
didn't find out till the day after. I'll admit this, being very much Brian-esque. I didn't realize this. I didn't know this till Monday that the woman sitting next to Taylor Swift was Blake Lively.
yes,
I had no idea.
they're good friends.
I know they are, but I saw her on the screen multiple times and never made the connection. That's who that was. To the point where even at one point said to some like I can't remember who I said it to, Claire, Sarah, or Jonas. Who's that woman with Taylor Swift? Didn't even catch it. And it's because she had curly hair. I'd never seen it with curly hair before.
Her hair was long.
No, but it was like curly long.
Oh,
Usually has straight hair.
yeah.
So I didn't like it, threw me off. I didn't recognize it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Um, all
And
right.
she had Ice Spice in the booth, so the
I,
Duncan connection was there.
I don't even know who Ice Spice is.
She's a rapper,
I know. She did the soda commercial.
and she does the Duncan commercials with Ben Affleck.
I
Like
heard
during
Doja
pumpkin
Cat
spice
for the
season.
first time last night. I
Wow,
heard, yeah, first time ever hearing Doja
good for
Cat.
you.
Yeah, she wasn't bad.
She's no Dua Lipa.
No, nobody. Who is? Come on, nobody is. Nobody could touch that. I'm waiting patiently for her new album
Well,
dropping in
you
March.
got April. You can get the new Taylor Swift album. So
I'm waiting for that too. I'm excited. I got some good albums coming out this year.
what about that guy she was dating last? The last guy she was dating.
I don't know who that is.
The bland guy. That guy that was just the regular guy, Joe something.
Joe
Claire was
Schmo.
telling me all about it, and I stopped paying attention.
That's the one aspect I don't really care. Whatever. I don't care. I just like her music, and she seems like a cool person. So that's it. That's
Yeah,
all I need to know.
yeah.
Um. So anyway, let's wrap it up, Mark.
All
Let's
right.
wrap it up. We'll be back next week in the studio.
Hopefully, unless there's weather or some other circumstance comes up.
Tuesday, because Monday's a holiday, but Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah. I don't have it off, but that's fine.
You don't have Monday off?
No, we had
President's
Martin Luther
Day?
King Day.
Oh,
We got traded. Martin Luther King. We got President's Day. We have to work, and we get Martin Luther King Day off.
oh, all right.
Then they give us multiple Fridays or
Well,
Mondays.
if maybe we can record on Monday then.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
you're already there, we can do on Monday. Okay.
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay.
As always, be safe, be well, and be kind.
Rewind.
Bye, everybody. We'll see y'all
Bye.
next week. Stay safe in the snow if you're up in the Northeast.
Oh,